take a while to respond.
Yeah, it's all good. If you want to start with anything, just start with just give me a summary of who you are and what people think, what you think people should know about you.
I'm Lochie Jones. I like to paint. That's about it. And I paint in my parents' garage, and I don't sell any of it because no one wants to buy it. But that's okay. That's not what it's about. Well, so like what got me into art was abstract expressionism. So this is kind of this art idea that came from New York in the 60s. It was this idea. It came like just after some other shit I'm not even going to try to fucking pretend I know. And pretty much the idea of it was that art could do a better job of telling your stories than anything else could, and that the top way to express yourself and to move into like, so it was after World War II, right? So I wanted to move into this new world and all this shit. And their idea was, art can tell these stories and they can reflect things about us that we can't do. So they were the ones who they were abstract, and so they were a lot of them. So like Willem de Kooning, like Jackson Pollock, they were really big on fluidity and the movement and the texture of the paint as telling stories, almost like the paint's like alive in some ways. So that was the idea that got me started, that art could tell stories and convey these intense things without necessarily being like representational, which I thought was very interesting. So that's kind of what got me started. So obviously, like a lot of those guys, recently I've been doing like more fucked up faces because they're really fun to do. Massive inspiration for that is Francis Bacon, and he's just like, his work is just fucking like nightmarish, dude. Like it gives you fucking nightmares, and he did such a good way of portraying these struggles through his paint and just showing these things that were very clearly people, but like this like animal side of people type of thing, and it's just fascinating the way that he does faces and the way that he does these, expressions on people. So him recently, but then also like a lot of photography. There's this street photographer, I don't know his name, fuck, I don't know anyone's name. Anyway, there's this photographer dude, and he just takes photos of, pretty much he takes his camera and he like runs up to people's faces and he just snaps it, and he kind of just runs off pretty much. And you get like these really ugly people, and you just see how like fucking miserable they all are. It's like standoffish at first, but then like once you look at it, you're like, fuck, it's a person. So it's kind of what's been on my head recently, showing ugly sides of ugly people. We're all kind of a little bit ugly. And I've also been, yeah, that's a good enough answer.
You said you had came from a Christian environment.
Yeah, bro. Went to church for like 5 years. Hillsong's cold. I'll get sued. Yeah, went to a Christian school. Kind of weird being told you're going to hell for who you are, hey. It's a bit fucked up, but it's something that sticks with you, But, like, I'm aware that a lot of queer people have had it, much worse than me, but at the same time, an arrow's an arrow type of thing.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know, like, I guess the whole Jesus thing gets put into my artwork a lot. I think there's a lot about, the stuff I was doing over lockdown, there was a lot about, like, death and stuff, like, all the fucking skulls that I do and shit. Yeah, I don't know, I think it's something that I've always thought about. I think when you're told from such a young age that, there is a forever, and, one day that forever could come forever type of thing, it's kind of scary to hear as a kid. Like,
yeah.
Fucking, am I going to go to hell tomorrow? Maybe.
Do you have anything that you have like a goal of painting? Like, do you want to like go somewhere and paint a certain thing, or? Not
really, man. I just like to paint whatever comes to my head. It's like a boring answer, but it's literally just like all it is for me at the moment is a way to move things out of head into world type of thing, to tell stories. Like, I don't know. I feel like everyone thinks I should have like these big goals, but all I want to do is just paint,